Hello, it's Monday, it's 12:30 and welcome to another episode of Brand Spotlight. Today I'm super excited to have my very good friend Simon Bostock, who a lot of you will know already on the LinkedIn. Simon, do you want to just quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Simon. I'm a therapist, counsellor, and coach. And before that, I was in corporate for many years, ended up in HR and training, took redundancy, my choice, and decided to retrain. And I did 4 years in a postgrad degree in psychotherapy. My practice has been going for coming up to 4.5 years now. And my ideal client is founders and senior leaders.
Thank you very much. So today we're going to be looking through 3 of your brand assets, but the first slide I was going to show you is how to build a trusted brand. And this is a model which I came up with and put in my best-selling, award-winning book, Let's Get Visible. Shameless plug there. This is the DoSaySee model, and it illustrates the mistake that I saw a lot of clients making time and time again, which was when you start a business, you focus on what you're going to do and how you're going to deliver it and the equipment and the personnel you need and the premises and everything, the nuts and bolts of your business, how you're going to make a difference, what you're selling, what the packages are. And then you move to how am I going to describe it? How am I going to talk about it? How am I going to show up? So you do a brilliant thing every Monday, Simon, with your stories. That's part of your say. It's help people to get to know you. It articulates your value. And it's everything from the written word to the spoken word to showing up at networking events. We know a bit about that as well. So this is how you communicate your business, you communicate your value, you communicate the difference that you make to the world. And then the next part of it, which a lot of people stumble over, and what I help people with, is their C. Well, I help with the C and the say. But the C tends to be that people get all excited about their business and they say, I'm going to go and do this, I'm going to say that, but I'll just stick a logo on it and we'll be done. And then they find that the brand maybe doesn't marry up to the quality of the work that they're doing, and there's a mismatch. And basically, how to build a trusted brand is when your do, your say, and your see align beautifully together to make your whole brand stronger, from everything that people see to everything that you say, and that matches up with the quality of the work that you do. Does that make sense?
Yep, it does.
We shall begin. So the first bit of collateral you sent me was, is that pretty much how people find you, through LinkedIn?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I'd say yes. Yeah.
So that's brilliant, because LinkedIn is like your shop window to the world, and you've got loads of great testimonials on there. There's one from Leah Turner, which is fantastic. As we land on your page, we've got your lovely smiling face, which is brilliant as well. A lot of people have very serious profile pictures, but yours is really warm and welcoming. And you've got your face on the banner as well. So double bubble. You can never have enough Simon Bostock. Your logo, clear talking, your business name, it really does what it says on the tin. I love a Ron Seal brand in that you're telling people what you can do. So the business name is great. The logo is similarly very simple, very clear, very friendly. I don't know if you're aware that lowercase fonts, like you've used there with clear talking in your business name, embody being approachable and on a level and being friendly. Did you know that?
I didn't know that in those terms. I did know that it was a good type of font to have in the well-being sector.
Oh, why was that?
I can't remember.
Oh,
I know, but yeah, so that's interesting.
you started your business in 2021, right?
Yeah,
And then you had the logo developed in 2022. So it's 3 years old now. It's still serving you. It still works. A lot of rebrands tend to happen around the 3 to 5 year mark, but that's generally when founders have created a brand and they're not that happy with it, or it doesn't represent where they are now or where they want to go. But I would say that your logo, which I didn't design, is actually pretty classic and pretty timeless. So that's still serving you. Good job. So the lowercase makes it more approachable. If you think about brands that have lowercase fonts like Xero, the accounting software, a lot of software tools will go lowercase to try and feel non-threatening. And Facebook as well, a lot of social media will also go lowercase to feel non-threatening. And that's exactly what it does. It also says, I understand, I'm your friend, I will walk beside you, rather than capitals, which can feel quite authoritative and can feel a bit shouty. If you want authoritative and big and important, that's one way to do it. Looking at the banner though, here's the thing, you've gone all uppercase on your banner, which is quite interesting because I would have thought the tone of your brand doesn't feel very shouty and uppercase. That's just one thing that I noticed, because you don't continue those capitals in some of your other communications, and that one stood out for not feeling as on brand as some of your others. If I just want to nip quickly to your socials that you sent me through as well, because they're very much similar to the banner that you've shown me here. If you look at the contrast with those ones, you haven't gone uppercase there, have you, Simon?
No.
So one of the things about your brand is about feeling consistent wherever it is you show up, and even using things like a difference between a sentence case like this, which is upper and lowercase, or all uppercase, can give the brand a really different feel. Can you see the difference between how that type feels as opposed to how this type feels?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
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 Makes sense.
And so it's a subtle thing. It's deep down and people won't think it overtly, but this one feels a little bit shouty. So one of the things that I would say is take this down to upper and lowercase as well,
Okay.
just to bring it in line with what else you're doing. What I also like here is you've got a kind of different feel going on here. You've got these waves, but here you haven't continued that. And you've got a different set of imagery. Now, I don't have anything against this mind and the growth, which is quite a nice sort of symbol. But maybe, again, think about consistency, whichever way you go. Or you could combine the two. You could have the stronger colour here, but with that little mind thing maybe ghosted out like you've done it here.
Right.
But this, if you were to keep the type similar, the dark type obviously works on a lighter background. You probably need to go for that darker background if you wanted to do white type on there. But just again, it's about just keeping it consistent. So when people are scrolling and finding you, they recognize you everywhere you show up. There is a consistency.
Yeah.
I did also notice some inconsistencies on your LinkedIn further down. Can you see here?
Yeah, those are old. These are the two carousels there.
Yes.
Yeah, they're the first attempts they were.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yeah, so
Because,
as you can see, I've hopefully got better at it.
yeah, definitely. Although weirdly, I prefer this font because it feels
Okay.
more like your logo.
Okay.
You're not doing anything wrong with the other font other than maybe all caps. And I think the font that you have chosen has got a bit more energy, is a little bit more dynamic, but you could possibly do that with the other font and italicize it. It does go better with your logo, but I don't have an issue with the font you're using apart from the caps. If you want to continue with that.
Okay.
But this one here doesn't feel right. This one here does. And the one that you're using, I don't have an issue with. If we now take it to the website, it's a beautiful image, by the way. It's lovely and calming, and it's probably just how you want your customers to feel, right, when they're with you.
Absolutely.
But I want to see you when I land on that valuable piece of real estate, which we call above the fold, that first bit where we land. And again, it's about being recognizable wherever you are on all your platforms. So if your face is on some of your other comms, as it is here, I would do that more. Like a little bit, you could use the little roundel on your LinkedIn.
So if you look at, that's a good idea. If you scroll down that page,
yeah, which page?
the page you're on the, if you can do that.
On the website, yeah.
On the website, sorry.
Yeah, there you are.
There I am. Okay, the website was built first. That was the first thing that got built. Okay, then the LinkedIn and so on and so forth. Okay, I'm transitioning at the moment as far as that website is concerned in terms
How
of.
are you?
So, for example, where it says welcome, etc. So again, that's the original font I was using. So I want to change that. I think to the one that I've been using on LinkedIn. Similarly, put a picture on the front page. I think it's interesting you said, because I've been umming and ahhing about which
Photo
what
you use.
yeah, what size, sorry, not size, just the circles photo like you would have on LinkedIn or something else. And I didn't want it to be particularly big either, I don't think.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know what else you're thinking of doing here, but you could have your cutout. You've got an about me here.
Yeah.
I'm just using this. Unfortunately, they've cut off. If you've got one with the whole of your hair
I
on,
have, yeah.
you have. Brilliant. You could have that cut out and overlaid over the top.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah, and then you can have your welcome stuff there. I don't know to what level you're having it redesigned, if you're completely overhauled.
No, I'm tweaking is what I'm doing.
Tweaking it. So if that could be a really easy tweak.
Yeah,
on top of that, you have you overlaid, and you can move that to the left. I'm saying put yourself on the right
Yeah.
because that's where the eye is naturally drawn. I used to work in advertising, and advertisers will pay more for a right-hand page than they will a left-hand page.
Oh, I didn't know that. Now,
Yes.
that's really interesting.
So wherever you're doing something on your layouts, if you want someone to pay more attention, put it on the right-hand side.
Okay.
That's where our eye goes. And it's probably because we read from left to right. Our eye lingers on the right for longer
That
than it
makes
does on the
sense.
left. So that's just something to bear in mind as well. Can we see the socials now? Oh, yeah. So what's good? The Clear Talking logo, I think, could go on all of them. Again, people are going to see these in isolation, not as a collective.
Right.
So if you want to put yourself on there, you can put yourself on different poses and different photos if you've got a range of them to mix it up so people realize it's not the same. Change the layout, maybe change the positioning of the logo sometimes. Another thing that makes it easier, if accessibility is important to you, is left ranged type rather than centered range type is easier to read.
Okay.
People read it faster, it's easier to take in, and that's just something that it's not a need to have, but it's just, if, like for me, accessibility is very important, I tend to range left my copy.
Okay.
What's the 95 about?
95 minutes, £95. So this is a part of a carousel. There's another couple of pages that you haven't got. But
Yeah.
That's the story behind it.
I didn't realize they were a carousel, and that makes more sense. But you could use these as individual posts,
Yeah.
in which case you might want to just put that more clearly
Yeah.
at the bottom of each of them. And then you can reuse those as single posts. And I would put a little bit more air around them as well. So this one here is right up to the edge.
It is.
You could just make the type a little bit smaller to fit it all in nicely. It's good when it has a bit of air all the way around. It also makes the messaging feel more quality and also a little bit calmer as well. Think about how stressed out people are, and they don't want to feel overwhelmed with the messaging as well. So give it more space, maybe fewer words to make it shorter.
Okay, that's really helpful actually, and it's interesting how I've managed by sheer luck to have a logo that's typed in the right way in terms of
It's
getting
serving
the
you
audience.
well.
So it's interesting, very interesting. And again, the colours that I've used is because they're seen as being calming colours according to the information I've seen.
Yeah.
And guess what? I like blue and I like turquoise.
Yeah, and that sort of teal turquoise is a nice unisex color as well. So it appeals to both genders, and all human beings are welcome.
All humans. Okay. Currently, my split is about 60-40, more women than men at the moment, but that changes all the time as well.
So yeah, so big tick on the logo, the typefaces that you're using, the colors that you're using, and the imagery. You've done really well, and there's just a few tips there on how you can improve it and get it to the next level.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being on. It's been a pleasure, as always, to see you again. I look forward to seeing you at the next Not Workers event if you can make it.
No, I can't make the next one because I'm in deepest, darkest Crete, but I will definitely be ping-ponging at the end of September.
I will see you then. Have a great week, and thank you for coming. Bye for now.
Bye now.